we are going to be filing conspiracy to commit murder charges against both Chad and Lori.
Good.
And we're not shy about that. I've told their attorneys. His attorney keeps pretending like I've never said that. Whatever. What? But we have to. We know that this is not the same Lori everyone else knew. What's so strange to me is everyone we talked to who knew Lori before this, right? Well, she was primary president. She made quilts for these kids. She made everything fun. Mm-hmm. Everyone loved her. She loved everyone.
Great mom.
Great mom. That's what everyone says. And so the one thing I'm going to kind of ask you to consider is maybe something happened. I don't know what. I don't know if it's psychological. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. But something happened, and I think Colby, the way he said it to me, I think it's kind of, it's like the person who's in that jail cell is not my mom, it's someone else.
Yeah.
The flip side of that is that, I shouldn't say the flip side, but I want to be clear. I'm not going to pull any punches on any defendant in this case, right? Like, I've got my job to do. And,
absolutely.
He's highly manipulative.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not going to say he's highly intelligent, but you don't have to be highly intelligent to be highly manipulative.
Absolutely.
He is extremely manipulative, and I want to. Your sister manipulated him in some ways too, but the context for everything that happened came from Chad.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, we have enough evidence to prosecute him, and we are. The case against your sister is stronger. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is your sister truly believes that everything she's done has been done in righteousness.
I know.
And I know I'm kind of using LDS speak there.
Yeah.
It's 100%. That's my interpretation also.
Yeah.
I think she 100%.
She believes it.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, you'll see kind of a little crack in like a jail phone call. Or she'll...
Well, you've heard our conversations, so you know that I get that she's not fully aware of what she's really done.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think she is.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm going to say this, but I think she knows what she's done.
She knew enough to lie to us about it.
Yeah, but the context under which it was done was this religious, I mean, just these ideas that are out there. I can say this because I am LDS, like no basis in the LDS faith, but you said it in your phone call to her. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And we, but again, we're just really grateful for you coming in. And it's going to be hard to talk about these things.
Oh, yeah.
We know that. And they're going to be nice. Because obviously, you're not even a person of interest.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but part of what we need to do is understand when you have a case like this, it's not like just like a meth case, like, oh, you had meth, no one cares who you are.
Yeah, there's no drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just
But this case is we need to understand the context of who these people are.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of what they're going to be asking you about.
Yeah.
And,
I'll do my best.
like I said, I know it won't be easy. I know it's going to be a hard interview for you, but
I was wondering if you would be willing to tell me, if you're able to tell me, if there's any progress in what you know about Tylee and her death. Is there any progress in her autopsy where you understand better?
all I can tell, well,
I mean, do you have a cause yet, or is it close to one?
she is at the FBI's state-of-the-art crime lab. Unfortunately, there's a lot of deceased bodies there that they're going through.
I'm sure.
And so we're not, we don't know really anymore yet. And we may never know due to the destruction of that body. So it's a tragic thing.
It really is, yeah.
And our whole goal is just justice for these kids, you know. And we, our hope as it comes to it. Your sister's actually made some overtures. She might be willing to talk to us.
I hope she does. I pray for that all the time.
We hope she does.
Yeah.
She actually was talking with Chad about talking to us before we found the bodies, just a few days before, and he talked her out of it, which is too bad. It would have been better for her to tell us.
Yeah, sure would have been.
Great.
And he uses this kind of, I call it spiritual abuse, spiritual manipulation.
Yeah.
You know, we've all seen that guy in the LDS religion whose wife has to obey him because he has the priesthood type thing. And that's not what he says, but it's the same type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, I'm the visionary guy, so, you know. Anyway, again, I just wanted to meet with you real quick, introduce myself, and Mackenzie.
I've obviously seen you.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
But I don't take any joy in doing anything that's going to harm her. I don't take joy in her spending her life in prison. There's nothing.
Sure.
It hurts to think about her being in there.
There's nothing good about a case like this.
There's
right?
nothing good about it.
Even if you win a case, like Garrett's been in court, like there's cases, even as a prosecutor, like you take to trial and you win, and you're like, even at the end, you're like, well, nothing good it's all bad.
Yeah.
It's all bad. No.
The one thing, you know, I said this to someone the other day who knows your sister, is our goal is sometimes you get a murder and all you have is that murder and you just have to run out and charge it and then kind of put it together. We were able to put them in jail with a high bail and these lower charges and put together a case. And our goal is to have such a strong case that when she has competent counsel, I don't know if you know this, her attorney's never handled a felony before. He has never done any meaningful criminal work at all, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's lying about me, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And once we file further charges, she will be appointed counsel who will know what they're doing. And our goal is to put together such a case that they're smart enough to say, it's going to be better to talk. You know, and I think we are. And make it easier for everyone, make it easier, especially, you know, for Colby. Like, if there's someone who's lost everything, it's him. So anyway, I mainly just wanted to thank you for coming and being with us. And
it's weird to be on the prosecution and defense's side at the same time because I love everybody.
Well, you know, it's a system. I did defense work for I did it for 5 years, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I like defending.
And and I gave me that perspective, right? Like, just because someone's committed a crime doesn't mean they're a horrible person.
So I'm so torn with all of it. It's such a conflicting feeling to know that this person's been good her whole life and then has made this error in judgment and got sucked into this vortex of this man. And I feel for her. I just have so much compassion towards her because I know that's not what she would have ever done on her own.
Right.
And so she's paid the price for this forever. And I hate that for her. So I'm very conflicted. But I was going to ask you on the concealment, or not the concealment, but on the conspiracy to commit murder, what's the weight of that in terms of jail time? Is that a death penalty thing? Or
It is a death penalty case now.
are you planning to ask for that for them? Or do you know?
We sure hope we don't.
Okay.
A lot of that will depend on her.
Okay.
And it's that's not a decision, or that's a decision we don't make actually until usually after the case is filed.
Okay.
In Idaho, we have a couple months because a lot of times you file it, it's out there on the table, and then oftentimes that's a big motivator for people to get together and talk and try and resolve it. And that's what we hope happens.
All right, really an unbelievable development in this case, hearing the prosecutor speak, getting some insight into the case, hearing from Lori Vallow's sister. Anyway, Friday, the judge will hear closing arguments on the issue on whether or not this prosecutor will be kicked off the case.